In the last tutorial, I created a basic table using Google Spreadsheets. This time, I'm going to take that data that I've created in the table and I'm going to insert it into a chart, making a nice graph. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag over my data. It's not necessary to select the table title because I really just need the information down here in my table. I'm going to go to Insert Chart. And this is where it's a little bit different than working in Excel. We are going to set up our chart using this pop-up. So the first thing you want to do, you want to make sure you maybe select one of these. I'm going to go ahead and use a regular column chart. If you were to switch rows and columns, you can see how it sections or groups the different days and the size in one group and the weight in one group. But I don't really like that, so I'm going to turn that off and keep it so each day is sectioned. I'm going to go into the charts, and here you can choose a variety of different charts, not just the one that I've chosen. A quick warning about using pie charts. It is great if you have one measurable result and you want to see a chart according to that one measurable result. It's not so great if you're trying to put more than one measurable result onto one chart. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Pies have a specific purpose. The rest are pretty good to use. Okay, so I'm going to use the column. Again, they have some different column options. I'm going to go with the standard option. And then we're going to go to the Customize tab, where we start adding colors and giving it, the proper titles. And so the first thing we're going to do is the chart title. So I'm going to type in alligator growth experiment, and I'm going to change it maybe to a dark green, just to make it a little different. And you can see it changes it over here in the view. And then I'm going to keep the legend on the right, and I'm going to also choose some colors for that. You can change the font style if you choose. I'm going to leave it as it is. And then we have the background color, which is the entire background color for the chart. So I'm going to go with, again, going with my green theme. So I'm going to keep going. And of course here you can see where it tells you can switch the design of the chart again if you choose. I'm just going to keep it like I had before. Be careful of the legend. It does tend to move around sometimes, so you might have to back up to the legend and move it back to where you want it. So I'm going to scroll down. Now we're ready to change our axes title. So my horizontal axes, the look, I'm going to, again, go with those greens, really dark. I'm going to give the horizontal axis title, which is, this is our horizontal, think horizon line, horizontal, and that is our test days. So I'm going to do test days, and I'm going to make it bold, and maybe make it a, better, lighter green color. And then I'm going to switch to, let's see, I'm going to switch to left vertical, which is going to be placed over here on the vertical axes. And that is our size and weight. Make it bold, lighter green. There we go, that's good enough. And I'm going to keep going. Oh, let's take off the italicized. Well, we'll leave it on, why not? Okay, I'm going to keep scrolling down to my grid lines, which are the lines behind the bars, and I'm going to make it stand out a little bit more. So I'm going to use sort of a darker green, and then I'm going to keep going, and just leave the scale as it is. Okay, columns. What this is changing the color of the bars. So the size centimeter square bar, I'm going to change it to, let's do a dark green, and I'm going to do the weight next. I'm going to change that to, let's see, a lighter green maybe. Yep. And I'm going to keep going, and that's about it. That's all we really need to change. I'm going to press insert, and it's going to insert in, and you can click on it, you can move it over if you choose. Right now I'm in the quick edit, so I can still go in and edit these things if I choose. I can click on the bars and I can change the color. I can click on the text and change text. So you are not limited to working inside of that pop-up box. So you can move this around and change things as you need to. So I'm going to click on the view, which will not allow you to change. It's just a view. And the other thing that's pretty handy in here, this little drop down menu, this is where you can delete it and start over, or you can just save the image on your computer, which is pretty nice, especially when you're printing. You can also go in and file and print both the chart and the table on a piece of paper, and then you can cut it out and put it on your Science Expo board. So just a couple things to keep in mind. You can really play with it, figure out what works for you. As you can see, my table is the colors are very different from the chart colors are different from the table colors. I would recommend that you kind of keep them similar, because so that we understand they go together. But I just wanted to show you how you can play with color. Also remember, to make sure your chart is readable. If you go with bright colors or all kinds of different colors, can distract from the information, and you don't want to distract from the information. Your judges most likely will take off points if you do that. So just keep that in mind as well when you're working on your chart. So I wish you all the luck and have fun, and I know you'll do great at making your charts and your tables.